I am Paige Desile.
Hi guys, I am like Casey Lane.
Sorry we took the week off, but within that, I believe that it gave us some time to center ourselves.
Real good time.
Yeah, within that time of taking up yoga, which for a guy my size, it's not that easy, but
True.
it's good for the flexibility. But I digress. If you have ever listened in, you know that here at Black Noiz Radio, we love numbers. And the number for today that symbolizes balance is drum roll, or I'll just hit on the table.
I know y'all hear that.
And
it is number 111.
yes.
So, what's this number all about, guys? Casey definitely touched on it a bit with balance, but it's a very powerful number, if you didn't know. And what does that power really represent? Manifesting. So, when we manifest, I mean, I'm a strong believer of the old saying, we are what we, put out. So, I think that kind of falls into that idea of manifestation. But if anybody's heard of the laws of attraction, this can play a component in that. So if you're seeing this number around a lot, the number 1 resonates with assertiveness, independence, uniqueness, motivation, new beginnings, striving forward, insight, and self-leadership. So positivity, and this guides you towards achieving success.
Which means that if you want to have what you need to become successful in life, you have to put that extra energy and
have to
creativity, and just know which kind of goals that you have to lean towards to make yourself get to that point.
And I couldn't agree more with you. So the angel number 111, on a final note, is a message from your angels. All of us have guardian angels, or people, little entities that kind of just watch over us with very positive intent. But your angels are saying be very aware of your persistent thoughts, because your persistent thoughts are the ones that are going to manifest.
Yes.
So some people manifest more quickly, than others, and some people manifest good things and other people don't. So if you're seeing some results that are undesired, maybe you need to take that look within yourself. And if you're seeing the ones you do desire, then keep doing what you're doing.
Now, don't get us wrong. Just because you see these numbers, it does not mean that it will just come upon you. There are things that you need to work towards and strive for. It's just, these numbers are just a way to realize that those things are coming to pass, and just to make sure that you keep your eyes open for them. Now, on today's show, we will be discussing the effects of rap music and what effects it has on the city of Chicago, both the good and the bad. And we ask a few important questions. For one, the most important question that I do want to ask my panel today is how important is lyricism nowadays to
You know what? I'm so sorry. You're done? Well, you know what? I just wanted our guests to introduce themselves really quickly. So everybody's met Danny before. Go on.
Hi, Danny Gerger, a.k.a. Sensation.
And then hi, Malika.
I'm Malika.
You good there, Malika? Oh, I said you good over there?
Yeah, I'm good.
Nice.
She's Malika. She doesn't have a last name.
Right.
She's Cher.
No. It's just Malika.
She's like a star in the making.
Yeah.
Those are the only people who can get away with it.
Well, I apologize for not queuing you guys in. People should know who you are, because you two are special. But maybe just to us. For now.
Yeah.
For now.
Tree.
But my question again is how important lyricism is nowadays to you. When you listen to music, is that something you really...
It's very vital, because it's hard to connect to the artist if you cannot relate through their lyrics.
Right.
So if it's just mumbo jumbo, you know, it's just really hard to relate. Sure, it's like fun for a while, but then it will fade away. And someone who has great lyrics, you can really connect to them, and you can go back to it later on in time, you know.
Yeah, you don't forget that.
You don't.
You don't forget a good song.
No.
Yeah, lyrics are pretty important to me, like what the person's saying, the meaning behind it. Even if it's like funny, it's just like it means a lot more to me than just banging your head to the beat and just riding along with it and just the same repeated chorus over and over again. I'm not a big fan of those.
Well, you know what, Danny? This is something that it's taken me like quite some time to come to, but I've come to the conclusion that not everybody hears the same. And what I mean by that, yeah, like growing up, I would hear all these different levels and things in music. Like I would notice all these different things about one song, but I was always confused as to why other people didn't seem to know what I was talking about. And then, you know, it's because of that.
Yeah, I mean, another point that could be said is like, even though most rap artists that you hear nowadays, they do lack the deep sense of like poetic like lyrics, but
can be kind of one-dimensional.
Yeah, but like it's still I think in a way it's like, how does that music make you feel? Like even though you might, you know, listen to like what people call here drilling music, it's like, does that like have to do with you?
What does it have to do with you? And can you guys relate to, like, really truly relate to drilling?
If you two know what that is.
I do not.
I don't.
Case in point.
Case in point. But drilling music could be anything, as in like,
if we could think of like
trap music, or bingo.
5, 6, 7, 8.
But yeah, like to people when I worked in Norridge, I would get, it's like one of the most dead suburbs. Like you need a car to get around. Public transportation is ridiculous. And like I used to work at an asset management firm, and my two co-workers who would give me a ride home were the most suburbanite people that I've ever met. And every time they were giving me a ride home, they would play Chief Keef. And like,
you told me about that. I'm like,
and
what?
I would be in the back seat, and I would just be amazed, like at like hearing them like recite the lyrics, because like I knew that they had no clue what like a bunch of like the lyrics meant. I'm like, do you know what 300 is? It's like, isn't a gang? I was like, it's not. I'm like, it's not a gang. It's a street. And like, it's simple things like that. It's like, how does music make someone who doesn't, pardon my French, not about that life, get them into that music? Like,
how
about
can they
that
relate?
Yeah, how can they relate to that?
Right.
It's just like, it really like...
Most of it is a trend.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
Very true. And some people like to use this trend to their own ends, I guess, by that. Try and set some sort of tone or image for themselves that doesn't really... It's more falsified than anything, I guess.
Now, did Nelly Tim McGraw backfire in you guys' eyes, or did you like that song?
Hey, that was a new opening.
It was a new opening, but it's just like...
But everything is just in a bandwagon effect right now.
Yes.
That's exactly what this is called.
Oh, yeah.
I'm ashamed at, like, guys my age, in their, like, mid-20s, that idolize Chief Keef and little teenagers like him.
There's something wrong with that.
That
when you're like, he's like half their age. Well, why are you idolizing somebody
somebody who's like 8 years younger than you.
But the same could be said for a 40-year-old who idolizes Drake when he's like, how old is he? Like 26? 26?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's in that bracket. I guess I just find it a little harder. Or I find it a little, I don't know, I just have my own opinions about like what's going on with Chief Keef. I just don't think he's the best role model. Neither is Drake, but I believe I think he has a little more together than Chief Keef at this juncture in time.
No. Isn't he in jail right now?
Oh no, something
probation violation.
Yeah, but I've learned this like about most things like in the consumer world is that they're mostly fueled by the wants of the youth. And when I was growing up, I know as a 90s baby, we had to have people get us CDs, like, because there were mature labels on them, and then when, you know, the older heads would get those CDs, they were like, oh, you want this CD? Let me bootleg this mug, and sold them at every barbershop, and I've just been seeing, like, the rate of that is just making music so much easier to, like, get a hold of, which is
it's a lot more accessible than it used to be. Definitely.
And that's why a lot of the music, when they put out records, it's just singles. It's not a whole album. Because music is so accessible. And I think Beyonce quoted that in her.
I was just about to say that because we both saw that HBO.
Yeah, she totally touched on that. How a lot of artists don't make full albums anymore, and it's crazy. So,
well, there's still free mixtapes that come around.
Yeah, but like
we're talking about albums.
Yeah, an album.
Like Elvis put out albums. He didn't release singles. He wasn't a singles artist. That's what you call people like that. Who else? Who else? Is focused on the. I see albums as a masterpiece.
Beyonce is an album. She's
definitely an album artist.
Miguel, Frank Ocean, they have good albums.
Album artists.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, it's like it's kind of like couture to like the fashion world. That's what.
Cool analogy.
Thank you. I try, but yeah. Do you think that it's gonna within like a 5-year span? Is it just totally gonna be wiped out?
I don't think so.
No.
But like, when's the last time you bought a CD?
I mean, you can still download albums though.
I know,
digital
but like
copies.
But it's like when I would go and get a CD, it was like it's something you can grasp. You could flip through the artwork. You could have it on you, and like the whole like element of that, I feel is gone.
It definitely is diminished. I can speak for myself in that sense. I mean, it's just, I think it's more of a matter of convenience than anything. And then along with that, a lot of the time people do illegally download, so.
Thanks to the great people at the Pirate Bay and others.
Napster. Kid Napster.
I feel like over time, experience that people had with like albums have changed. Like I know people before us feel like, oh, a CD isn't like vinyl, or you know so
or how about cassettes?
Oh, wow.
Over time when music like evolves, I mean, people are gonna have different experiences. So,
one thing that I thought was cool about CDs though was that they would come with artist booklets. And that used to be one of my favorite parts about buying a new CD. Like when people buy albums nowadays, it's normally for their favorite artists, you know. People don't just buy an album from anyone, because I'm not even gonna lie, not even that many artists, well, a lot of artists don't release great albums either nowadays. So something else to keep in mind. I think that can all fall into, you know, its own reason as to why, you know, people aren't grabbing albums the way they used to.
And also when it is a album, or like what makes it so hard to come from mixtape sent to an album is because generally on a mixtape, it's the same song. Like, it is the same.
Wow.
The same type of song. Generally.
Really good point.
Remixed.
Yeah. And most songs that are remixes or have remixes on them aren't even remixed. It's mostly a different artist taking the place of someone on the same track. Which when I heard like...
You know what? Perfect example. I don't know if you remember that song, I Get It In by Omarion. There was a leaked version with Wayne. Then when he released it as a single, he had Gucci Mane. Nothing different, though, just switched artists.
Yeah. See, that's not remixing the track.
Right.
Which is, like, very unnerving, I believe. Because if you're going to make that extra step in making new music, you should make new music along with it. Exactly.
And I think it boils down to that whole convenience thing again. And I mean, guys, ask yourself, what's your standard on this? What makes a good remix? Just curious.
Making that same beat that was so amazing in a different way, and it still be that much more amazing. Because Kanye West does it all the time.
Yeah. Did you hear Don't Like afterward?
Yeah.
The second time around, like, what? That's what made me...
That's a remix.
Turn my head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because at first, I heard it buzzing, but I didn't really, like, pay it any mind.
Into it like that, you know?
Yeah.
But, yeah. The remix, I always knew a remix as a song. I like the original, but it captivated me. That's the remix.
It's about to be a Suge night.
Well, what really tripped me out was that
oh my I'm sorry.
The Will I Am song with Britney. Oh my God, that tripped me really.
Oh,
yeah. I was like, hold on, is Britney hood?
That doesn't surprise me. He's been kind of flowing into like the poppy like kind of scene, so like that doesn't surprise me.
Becoming more urban.
Yeah. I mean, it goes with the time. I mean, I could sit here and be like, 12-year-olds listening to Chief Keef is bad, but I remember being like that age listening to C Murder. Like, I was listening to like a bunch of worse music, and I feel like it just depends like on like how different it is for that person.
Exactly. I mean, there you go. Exactly true though. Like, I don't know. I just prefer true artistry, and when it comes down to making a quality product, there's more than one step that goes into it. There's no easy way out.
Yeah.
You're supposed to wow your fans. You owe that to your audience, I mean, it's people that expect the best from you. That's it. I mean, and as far as like everybody listened to explicit music at some point growing up. If you listen to rap, you heard some explicit music, period. Like I did.
Yeah.
Moms try to do a job on avoiding, this uncensored music, things like that. But
remember the first time that you heard the Marshall Mathers LP? Remember.
The first explicit song I've heard, and my mom let me, was Genuine. Like that thing.
Wowzers.
Yeah, that song.
I think mine was let me see. Back That Thing Up.
Yeah, that was mine too.
By Juvenile though.
I don't even know.
Oh yeah, that was Juvenile. Yeah.
Did you say Genuine?
Yeah, it was.
I was like, wait, hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on, wait a minute. But like, that's crazy because I don't know. It's like a part of our culture now.
Yeah, and I mean, I guess what gets me more about like the Chief Keefs and like some of the other rappers of this generation is just that like it's not even so much the subject matter.
It's the decaying rate of
like where is your lyricism, like things like that, as opposed to.
It's not even like the lyricism. I mean, it's hardly there, but it's like what's new after that? What's new after this music?
Okay, so you're saying that. Why are you being one-dimensional?
Yeah, it is. Okay. It is more one-dimensional because like Kanye is a good example. He's changed his style so many times to like fit different tones and pace of like the rap industry, and I think that's really amazing to become so relevant and still be so aged in this game. It's really hard. Like artists like Nelly was extremely hot.
Yeah, definitely.
At one point, but now people don't bump him like they used to, and I think that's a big thing. No. Is like to capture how to like make yourself stay in this game.
Yeah, that's the deal. I mean, it's not. What do they call that? Sophomore jinx.
Yeah.
So one hit, it's nothing to be a one-hit wonder, How are you going to reinvent yourself? That's the idea. That's what really.
Soulja Boy, I'm looking at you.
Yeah, but that's what stands our greatest artists out from the crowd. They've been very creative over time, or they've had creative people that they're surrounded with, to see to it that they actually are relevant. And that's just the point of the matter. But, guys, we talked about this for a little while now. We're about to go into a break. So, thanks for tuning in with us. We'll be back in a few. Tune out to the young vibes of Frank Ocean. And let's think about the sweet life. Black Noiz Radio.
We once had things in common. Not all.
What up, guys? It's Black Noiz Radio tuning in with you. I'm Casey
back.
Lane.
You said my name at the same time.
Oh, really?
That was chilling.
That was. So, Black Noiz Radio, IntellectualRadio.com. You know where it is. So, let's get into something more lighthearted. Let's talk about a little bit of celebrity news, Will.
Yay.
Yeah. Well, this isn't too lighthearted, at least. There's a report that Chris Brown and one of his guys apparently, like, jumped his bodyguard on a plane.
Aw.
What the?
Wait, what happens when you jump your bodyguard?
Have you seen this guy? Like, I mean, he's, like, really, like, statuesque and solid. So, all I could think is, like, all I could picture is just him standing there as Chris, like, just kind of hangs from him or something. Like, he's just like a stick compared to him.
He would have been, like,
murderized.
Unless they used weapons, like a chair or something. Or something on the plane, I don't know.
Which is his... He does like weapons.
Yeah.
Like he does like them.
He
does,
picking
doesn't
up
he?
chairs and throwing them.
He used to be Rose. Started off with Rose.
Rose!
Ended up with Cedary.
I can't stand you.
That's crazy, though.
Yeah, that's beyond crazy. Let's pray. Anyways, let's get into something different, though. What's the events coming up this week, Casey?
Well, French Montana invades Chicago, hosted by the Playmakers, and it's from tomorrow 9 p.m. all the way to 4 a.m.
Turn up. It's going to be in Markham, right?
Yes, it is.
All right. So, guys, you know where to go.
It's on 163rd Live Music, Markham, Billboard Live.
Hey, that's what it is. So, anything else coming up that we could think of? As a matter of fact, there is.
Yep.
One of my guys, I want to shout out to Bomb Boy, but guys, everybody hit up Juggernaut on Saturday night, I believe around anywhere between 6 to 7 p.m. But album release party, the prerequisite.
Okay.
Yeah, man. So it's gonna be super amazing. Come check out some of the tracks of the AEMMP hip hop line trend record company. No, but it's gonna be hot. A lot of people already got their invites, so you might as well take yours right now. Hit them up.
Yeah, and also tomorrow, Friday,
right,
join V5's mustache party at Vulcan. It is free if you do have a mustache. I don't know if that applies for ladies as well, but it is Latin music, top 40 hip-hop. Cover is $5 before 11 p.m. and $5 off after. 18 and up. Please come through.
Please.
So if I wear a sticky mustache, will I get in?
You don't need a sticky mustache. I'm joking.
What? Malika, you look so cute with a mustache.
I know.
She already does. I'm messing with you.
Oh my God. So, guys, this is Black Noiz Radio on IntellectualRadio.com. What's our intellectual moment?
What was I reading? It's very rare that I read things. This intellectual moment was brought to you by the new hollow drones that they are about to have for the Chicago PD. They're kind of like they're like drones that like hover. They have cameras on them and stuff. I was reading them in like some magazine. I forgot. It was like Wired, I believe. But that's really scary. It's not only that they are able to now hack your phones, CCTVs outside, but now they're going to have following drones. When not when you're trying to
That's
escape.
not comforting.
I mean, that it has its downs and ups, but it's still a scary thing to know that they have technology like that and they're going to use them
Let's
in
not
the
tell
public.
what kind of technology really.
Yeah, but they're saying that they might have them for like 2015, so you have 2 years to not be spied on so severely, but it's still pretty scary.
A little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Yeah.
It's just more evidence that this is becoming more and more of a police state.
Yeah, man. Martial law. Anyways, that's for another day. Guys, thanks for tuning in to Black Noiz Radio. I'm Casey Lane.
And I am a Paige Gillian.
So, I want to thank our guests. Thanks for coming back, Danny, Malika. Hope you had a good
You're
time.
welcome.
Had a great time.
Those
All
are
right,
two different names, by the way. This song is Sabotage, and it is Don't Believe the Hype.
Guys, don't believe the hype. It's dangerous.
Don't.
Love you.
Saved up enough, now it's time to spend some. Records in my archive, won't spend one. Takes out his own head, spit some zone in your eardrum. Classy like pinna. The last classic drop, it's been a minute. There isn't a comparison, there's no resemblance. And it is my entrance, like Titantron. My mind is gone, if I was you, I'd be alarmed. Like early morning, this the bar where I go mayhem. Cause I'm back with a vengeance, like a vengeance. Payback from a young prince, nigga hum this tune on the moon. Cause even on mute you hear it, lyrics reach out and touch your spirit like a poltergeist. I approach the mic, yes, awfully nice. I start to write, I'm authority, so I authorize. I open, I close, any motor guns in my colon. Semi-holding, fire halted, I'm reloading. This my holster off the track. Locomotive, they awfully trash. Get to toss done, they have no boss, they got lawyers. This their new kid, that's a nuisance. Took all your fanboy, that boy get encore. Clapping Noya, I'm annoying, I'm anointed. Higher up, my bars are buoyant. Prepped up like a voyeur, bon voyage. From the pivot squad, got them all yelling sabotage. What the odds that I make it? Slim to none, so I get it done. Hit and run, there's another hit, like relationship. You keep coming back, don't you? I make you want to, you repeat it like old news. So show me love, any problem coming up, no we nip it in the bar. And if you gon' worry, don't worry about us. Tell them everything gravy, mashed potato. So show me love, any problem coming up, no we nip it in the bar. And if you gon' worry, don't worry about us. How we coming up, we'll be on the top soon enough. So show me love, any problem coming up, no we nip it in the bar. And if you gon' worry, don't worry about us. How we coming up, we'll be on the top soon enough.